this up a little more lighthearted, we're talking to liquor store clerks and bartenders and asking them for their relationship advice. I'd like to do things a little more lighthearted in the future. Most of these people do not know we're coming, so we'll see what happens. But thank you for watching. Go ahead and comment on the video if you have anything to say. If you have any comments at all, it lets me know that you're watching, that you're paying attention. It lets me know what you think. It lets YouTube know that you're paying attention to my videos, which helps everybody out. If you're not already subscribed, please do that. Have a good one and enjoy the video. Could we ask you for some relationship advice real quick? You got anything for us? Do you have any recent relationships? Anything you've learned from them? Any reason for that? You're just taking care of yourself, or to be single in general, or do you want to get one at some point? Do you feel a lot of pressure to get into a relationship? What love means to me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, just put me on the spot here. I don't know. I guess it depends on the different person. You know, person to person.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's different.
Yeah, it does. That's why I'm asking you. What does it mean to you?
I don't know. I think love is kind of dead in the society that we live in nowadays. And so, I don't know, growing up, I saw like my parents and how they did stuff, you know, and I have a mom that was married 8 times. And so like seeing that and how relationships always fail, it's hard to open up to a person unless you actually really trust them. So first you need to have like strong trust in a person and then, you know, go from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But trust is hard to find in people nowadays, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Especially, you know, being a bartender, you know, I see all heads all day, every day, so.
Yeah. So, how has being a bartender affected your opinion on love and relationships?
It really hasn't, so.
Okay.
I see people all the time, and, you know, it's human nature, I guess.
Okay. No surprises or epiphanies or anything?
Nothing crazy that I'm thinking of, no. Just put me on the spot here, man.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So, judging by what you said, I'm guessing you're not in a relationship, but have you been in a relationship?
Yeah, I got out of a 6-year relationship like 2 years ago, and we're still friends today.
Okay, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, it was a mutual separation. We were just on 2 different paths at the time.
Yeah.
And we were understanding. We still love each other, but it was just that time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how did you know that it was that time?
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important in any relationship.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that relationship?
To be more trusting. Yeah. Open yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have problems trusting?
Nah. Well, looking at it now, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 20/20, as they say.
That's right. That's right. Maybe you have really good advice. So, why being single? Do you just want to stay single, or are you looking actively, or? So, do you have anything that's keeping you from looking actively, or are you happy where you're at? How do you do that?
How's it going? We're going around asking people for relationship advice. Would you mind telling us what you think of love and what it means to you?
Well, unfortunately, I'm one of those weirdos. I'm aromantic, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Not a lot to say on love. I just know all the pitfalls.
Well, that's got to be interesting, though, being aromantic working as a bartender, right?
Oh, yeah. Makes it super easy, because it's one of those, like, people do the, like, they'll try and, like, oh, can't you just do. No, I can't.
Yeah. Makes it easy to focus on your job, I'm sure.
Something like that. We don't work too hard, so.
So, has this job changed how you think of romantic relationships or love?
Not at all. Been this way for about 10, 12 years now at this point. Just kind of working through it.
When did you find out that you were aromantic?
It was one of those, like, I kept trying to convince myself to, go through all the normal steps and everything, and just, a couple failed relationships in a row, you start to just look back and be like, all right, the common denominator, it's me. So, let's be polite and just, keep to yourself.
Yeah. So did you feel like you're forcing yourself into those relationships?
Oh, absolutely. Back at that point. But it's one of those, like, thankfully, just kind of pulled my head out of my ass for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just became who I was going to be.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
So if you were to make a relationship cocktail, what would you make?
Relationship cocktail. I would go with my cherry limeade martini that I make.
Okay.
It's got nice sweet, some sour to it, but ends up with the cherry at the bottom, so.
Okay.
A little bit of everything.
Oh, and we're asking people for relationship advice. Could you tell us what love means to you?
That's a tough one. I want to be with someone through the good times and the bad. Go through the bad times together and make them good. Enjoy the good times while they're there. Without the bad times, there are no good. Without the good, there is no bad.
How long you been a bartender?
I've been a bartender off and on 2.5 years.
Okay. Has that changed how you see love and relationships?
Not really. You definitely see a lot of crazy stuff being behind a bar, especially in a college town. You see college kids. You see girls come in with a different guy every night. You see guys come in with a different girl every night. So it kind of muddies things up. But my personal opinion on it hasn't changed.
So, what have you learned about relationships in your last relationship, if you've had one?
I'd say don't go all in too fast. Like, ease into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes one falls harder than the other, and then one ends up getting hurt.
Yeah.
And you can't make someone match your feelings.
Were you forced to face anything about yourself that made you uncomfortable?
I had to get way more comfortable being alone, especially realizing that I'm the only person with me 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
So if you can't be your own source of happiness, someone else isn't going to bring it to you.
If you are insecure about your significant other talking to other people, you should probably be single for a little while and figure out why it's insecuring rather than trying to control the other person, because that doesn't usually involve a lot of.
This guy's smart. Not a lot of people talk about that, but that's good.
Usually it's kind of a mix. Everybody's going to be a little insecure from time to time, but it's learning to cope with that and trust the other person. Because if you drag, issues from previous relationships into it that cause you to be insecure, you haven't moved on, you're just going to cause issues for the one you're in now, so.
So was it a previous relationship that you learned this from?
Yeah, I didn't have trust issues at the time. She gave me trust issues.
Do you still have trust issues?
Not as much. I've learned to kind of cope with that a little bit, and understand that, not every girl's going to be the same as that one girl from high school that, went around with other dudes. Not everyone's going to be like that.
How old are you?
I just turned 25 days ago, so I may not be the wisest, but.
Hey, everybody's got something to share. Happy birthday. Yeah. That's a recipe for disaster. Good luck with the wedding.
Whatever relationship you have, I guess.
human, you gotta put up with the flaws and to find the greatness, and they gotta put up with your flaws too, so. It is not fair to bring somebody else into it, so you've already got that going.
What does love mean to you?
It's actually something I've recently been discovering. And at first I thought it meant nothing, but now I think it means everything.
Okay.
It's short but simple.
Okay. Yep, very short. So, has this job changed your opinion of relationships at all?
Actually, yeah. Like, completely.
How?
I've just met a lot of people who've had a different outlook on things, and therefore, in turn, changed my outlook on love specifically.
Okay. Any examples?
Kind of met someone I have deeply fallen in love with here, actually. And became really good friends with someone who lives life in a completely romantic and loving way. And that has changed everything.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So, any advice for any of us out here trying to find love?
It comes when you least expect it, and it's hard, but you have to be open to letting it happen. Otherwise, it never will.
You planning to start anything else, or is this it? So, how did you learn that you don't want to be in a relationship anymore? Oh, I like living alone and not having to worry about anybody else. I have to tell you backwards, that wasn't an issue. Both of my marriages lasted pretty much exactly 12 years. So, yeah, 12 seasons of heat I lived. Hell yes, well, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah. Except for one, the Wokey getting her PhD in math, who doesn't believe in capitalism and rights Marxism. We don't speak to you. Well, I mean, not everybody can agree on everything, so. She got that from her mother. I'm guessing that's something that was a point of contention between you and her? No, it really wasn't. We cohabited. She started voting for the same people as I did as soon as she saw how much income tax I had to pay. It's amazing how that changes people's attitude. Kind of pulling it off on this guy. Yeah. You got anything for us? Are you sure?
I think love in a relationship is being able to be with someone that still sees you as like your own individual person. So someone who doesn't see you as just an extension of them, but rather respects you as another human being as well.
Yeah.
That's what love means to me.
When's the last time you were in a relationship?
I'm in one right now.
Okay, how's that going?
It's going good.
Are you learning from it?
I'm learning a lot from it, yeah.
What about?
Just healthy communication and someone who prioritizes your needs over, their own ego. Like being able to have a conversation without having an ego and wanting to be defensive and just like hearing someone out for what they want to say and their beliefs and their opinions. So yeah.
If you were to make a cocktail about your current relationship, what would it be?
sex on the beach. Just kidding. Probably. Sorry, this is hard. I was not expecting this. A drink for every stage in the relationship. So maybe the beginning, like a honey drink, like the honeymoon stage, and then one with a little sour, when things start to go downhill a little bit, or a little heat with the jalapeno margarita,
Yeah.
Just the different phases of a relationship can be made in cocktails. Cocktails are the basis of everything.
All right. Any advice for anybody else getting into a relationship or wanting to?
I think it's important to just stick to your morals. I know it's easy whenever you find someone attractive or you think someone's really cool to, maybe push some things out, like ignore some things and not see things for what they are, but just stay true to yourself and know what you want. And if someone isn't that, then that's okay. Maybe they'll be a good friend. But, at the end of the day, know what you want. And I think that's the most successful thing for a relationship.
I don't know. I have no idea, man. I'm the wrong person to ask, I should say.
I don't think anybody's the wrong person to ask. So, have you been in a relationship in the past or currently?
In the past, yes, not currently, though.
What did you learn from that?
Don't trust anybody.
Ouch.
Ouch, right. I don't know. Oh, man. Tough question. And really, I do not know.
Yeah, I'm sorry that went bad for you. But
Yeah.
yeah, so if you were to make a cocktail that was a relationship, what would that cocktail be?
Oh, probably a sidecar. Smooth. It's really nice, citrusy, easy drinker.
So why'd you pick that?
Just because everything has to be mixed well for it to come out well.
Okay.
Kind of like a relationship, I guess. You have to put in the equal parts to make everything work out.
See, you got good relationship advice for us there.
It's like building a drink, I guess. Yeah.
So, how has being a bartender changed what you think of love and relationships?
That's really the wrong question because relationships in bars, like that start in bars, aren't, in my experience, some last. We have a bunch of regulars that met here and now are married. Yeah. But in general, for the most part.
See, that's why I'm asking it, because, this is, you guys get to see a different part of those relationships, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So, has it changed how you think of relationships?
In perspective, probably, you get to see and, kind of determine for yourself, the person or the people that you would be interested in or not interested in.
Yeah.
Because you get to see them at their best and at their worst most of the time, and if you can deal with their worst, you're like, all right, let's do it. But if it's too much for you, you're like, probably I'm going to sit this one out. Yeah. Kind of deal. So, working in a bar area, that's how you get to see, for personal relationships with, trying to get into personal relationships, is you get to see them when they're drunk and see how they act and whatnot. So it's kind of telling in, other aspects of how they deal with things and whatnot. Yeah. Just honesty and communication, man. That's about it. If you go with those two, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah. I like that advice, and it's hard advice to forget, too.
Yeah.
All you got to do is remember two things.
Yep, exactly. Just talk and be honest. That's about it.
Could you tell us what love means to you?
I
I would say love to me is I would say simply being there for somebody when they need you most. I also look at love as, love can come in different forms. Like, somebody can like mentally love you, physically love you, emotionally be bonded like romantically to you. So there's different ways to be attracted to people, and some are like more long lasting than others. But I mean, as long as you have that foundation, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like you can definitely find love even if it isn't instantly there. So
Yeah. That's good. So you got any relationship advice for us?
depends. What kind of relationship advice are we talking? One thing I can say is just remember the reason why you guys got together in the first place. And so you see a lot of relationships like deviate and deteriorate over time, like over months, over years, because they simply forgot the joy that they had when they first got together. Like it could be on both sides. Like men on some hands, we go for the big shot to try to get the girl in the beginning, but over time, once we realize that we have her, we can sometimes deviate from that same behavior as not waking up in a type of mentality where I need to get this girl all over again. Like that's how it should be. That's how relationships last. So
Yeah. Or maybe you're in the same relationship you've been in for years and you both changed and you're just there because you were there.
Yeah, definitely. Like change. Another thing, change isn't a bad thing. Like when somebody changes, they have a reason to. They feel a need to. We all have to put our old selves to rest one day. So that change isn't other people don't understand and recognize that change, and only you do. And that's kind of like the frustrating part, because some people would be like, oh, well, you changed. You're a bad person. This and that, but only you were just trying to become a better version of yourself, and things like that. So
loaded question. Love is just reciprocity and mutual understanding and respect. Yeah, maybe inspiration too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And has this job changed your view of love at all?
I think so. I get to meet a lot of people here, a lot of really wonderful individuals, a lot of couples, and I get to see, I guess, how their actions impact one another, how they impact us. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you. Any advice? Any advice for us?
Listen to your gut when it comes to whether it be romantic love or platonic love. Listen to your gut. More often than not, you're going to be right. Listen to your intuition about those things. They're going to save you a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to protect you a lot.
Definitely the relationships are like work, really short relationships are really easy because you don't have to rely on the other person or, struggle with communication or anything like that. But the best relationships that I've seen people have really are a lot of work. And I think a lot of people aren't ready for that. The best thing is, to be honest with yourself when you get into a relationship and ask yourself if you're willing to put in the kind of long-term effort to meet your partner's needs and be able to communicate with them and help them meet your needs.
How has being a bartender affected your opinion of love and relationships?
It really kind of hasn't. It's nice seeing people go on first dates. It's fun seeing people have chemistry. It's fun seeing them not have chemistry too. Awkward first dates are hilarious.
I bet.
I have a friend who comes through here pretty often. She brings her first dates here. And then she'll come back after the dates, like the next day, and be like, so what'd you think? Oh, well, he's got a good job. But, that's always fun. The dates in review, that's pretty fun. But, yeah, it really hasn't changed much. It's definitely given me an impression of definitely how important first impressions are. But, besides that, not much has really changed.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to get you to review my date sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.
I actually tried to sell people on a video where I third wheel it and just kind of watch the date, but it's hard to sell people on that.
It is a hard sell. And I think it changes the tone, too, when people realize you're paying attention to them. If I'm just a bartender here, they don't know that, the person they're dating is my friend or whatever, So it doesn't trip them up at all. So they can just go ahead and try and have a nice first date and just think I'm a bartender. But, it's nice for me to be able to talk to a friend like that and be like, I don't know, it was 35 minutes late to your first date. That's not a good sign, stuff like that. Make good first impressions. Be willing to work. If you aren't, then, just make sure it's clear that, up top what you're looking for, what your expectations are, Don't lead the other person on. Let them think you're looking for something serious when you're not. If you're really not there, then you need to let them know. And if you are, that's also important, You gotta be willing to commit to it.